Hello. Well, welcome to our first video out on the road. The adventure has begun.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's been a sharp learning curve. A learning curve that more resembles an elevator. Well, for our little Maury segment, I just want to say that I was actually getting quite concerned with him before we left. He was acting very strange, and the day that we left was the strangest of all. Early that morning, he went out and got in the back of the truck on his area. He's got his own little bed in the back.
He has the back of the truck, yeah.
And he wouldn't move. We couldn't get him out. We couldn't get him out for food. He wouldn't come out to play with the grandkids. He was just staying there. And I know that he's always had bad separation anxiety, but this was the worst I'd ever seen it. I think he was just terrified that he was being left behind. But crazy as this is, within a couple of days of being out here, he has settled right down. He is back to himself, and it looks like he's having a lot of fun.
Seems to know his territory.
Yeah.
He's only barked 3 times. Twice for people moving in the sites beside us, and when some friends came to visit. That was a happy bark.
So this is what Maury's looking like these days. Well, this, as we mentioned, has been quite the learning curve. We ended up for our first stay at Dinosaur Provincial Park, which is in Alberta. And we've been here before. And I think that's why you chose this place.
Yeah, because it was, had good memories with the kids. And I figured it had less chance of snow, being warmer. And I did discover something this week. I asked the rangers about the wind, as if we're quiet, you can hear it. Apparently, the windy season is springtime, and that's where we are.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We've been here for 10 days. 11 days, and I think if we added up all the number of hours without wind, it's probably 6 in this entire week. It is just constantly windy.
And 4 of those hours were Sunday.
Yeah, and it's all right. I mean, when the sun comes out and you get a little bit of a windbreak, it is actually a really beautiful place, and I think that's one of the reasons that we were drawn to here. Is the scenery is just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's very. Some people like the Arizona desert and New Mexico and like that. We have yet to experience that this year. But this is ours, a UNESCO World Site. Everything, different shades and sizes and colors, and just very different. It's almost like you're walking around on a different planet. I think Mars or Moon or something.
Right. I was always surprised that this area is 2 hours away from Calgary. Yeah. Actually, Calgary is an amazing city in that you go 70 minutes in any direction and you're in a completely different landscape. But this is the one that really, I think, catches a lot of people off guard. They don't know that this is here. The other thing that we did discover coming out here, besides the amazing scenery, is that we are still in winter camping season. This particular location is open year-round, but they shut the water off in the 1st of October, and it doesn't come back on until sometime in May. We don't know the exact date.
They don't either.
And so they're just waiting for nights that, continuously are above freezing. We haven't had any freezing temperatures since we've been here. We've got close a couple of times, but we haven't had any freezing temperatures, but still no water. And that really caught us off guard because we brought 20 gallons in our fresh water tank, which was just the traveling. We thought when we get here, we'll fill up and find out that there is no water. So a couple of days later, there we were packing up the trailer and hauling it all the way into Brooks. Brooks is the closest town to us that we figured we'd be able to get some water. And it's a little over a half an hour away. And it took the better part of 4 hours to find a place to get water.
Yeah.
And
Called just about everyone and their aunt. And
the tourist bureau and
yeah,
everybody. And just
the people that you thought would know didn't know. And I don't know if I changed something in the search, but it came up with the Flying J Travel Center. I thought, travel center, travel. So I gave them a call, and she was like, yeah.
Yeah, so we popped in. The only unfortunate part is the same tap that we needed to fill up our water was the same tap that the guy was using to pressure wash the area. And they let us have the tap for a little while, but after about half an hour, because it's a big tank and it wasn't running very fast, but after about a half an hour, the manager came out and told me to hurry up because his boy had to get back to work. And so
You measured how.
yeah, I have a little measurement. We managed to get 68 of the 80 gallons.
But how many gallons per second?
Oh, it was taking, no, I don't remember, 38 seconds a gallon,
Yeah.
something like that. I don't remember exactly. 48 seconds. It was enough time that you could feel eyes watching you, and you're
Yeah.
standing there for a half an hour
It's like
getting
still
water.
there.
But we managed to get enough to get us through the week, and we're just down, just down to the bottom of this tank. It's down to the last third, and we don't know exactly how much water is in there because when it's empty and when it's a third full, it's the same dot. And so we're just taking a guess at about how much we have left. But that's been fine. I mean, it's teaching us a lot about water conservation. It's teaching us a lot about what we should be doing if we're kind of semi-boondocking or if we were boondocking. When I say semi, it means we have no water at the site, we have no sewer at the site, but we do have power, and that's been nice.
Very nice, since it's been also cold.
Yeah, we've had chilly days. I mean, today it's 5 degrees here Celsius, and that's the high. That is as good as we're going to get. Overnight it went down to 2. According to my little clock.
See, and that's probably a little close for comfort for turning the water on.
Yeah. Also, the other learning things is just sort of figuring out how everything works. I mean, I was able to make sprouts this week, and I just used our jar method that we did in an earlier video, and it worked out very well. I made some sprouts and made an interesting lentil thing. I don't even know what you would call it, but I served it with a couple of lamb chops. It was actually quite tasty. Made yogurt. Did a strawberry yogurt because you bought some strawberries that we needed to get used, and that was quite tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I made bread
And biscuits.
and biscuits.
And I think we'll make more biscuits.
The bread worked out okay. The problem was really in the fact that I don't know how this oven completely heats, and so it doesn't work like a real oven that you have heat surrounding things. It's very intense on the bottom. And so I really have to be thinking carefully about how it is that I'm going to bake bread in the future. And I think I've got it figured out, but I'm going to have to do a couple of experiments. I have a portable bread oven, and I think if I get it heated up and then turn the heat way down and just cook it in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
So that I get heat all around the bread, because the bottom of the loaves get quite dark and the tops weren't really cooked.
Same with the biscuits.
Yeah. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve on that. We did spend, I would say, probably half the time cooking in the rig and the other half cooking on a portable Coleman stove out on the picnic table. But some good meals. I think we had some tasty meals this week.
We had lamb chops.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we did discover as we were learning the ins and outs of all this is that our fireplace is really warm, and where Steve put the
the sprouts.
the sprouts, he cried them. So
Yeah.
lesson learned: when doing sprouts and needing heat, they don't
They
go
don't go
on the
together.
mantle.
Right. So the sprouts were in the jar, and the jars were put in kind of a shady spot, which happened to be above, on a ledge above the fireplace. And when I went back, they were completely dried out and crunchy again. So I had to re-soak them, and they worked. I mean, they soaked and they came back, and they were absolutely delicious in the
Yeah.
dish that I made with them. But yeah, a good learning curve. So anyway, this has been a fun opportunity for us. I think this was a good place. We were close enough to home, 2 hours. If things completely went sideways, we could get back. We were close enough to a major repair shop, a place with tools if we needed to, if there was anything that we forgot. Oh, and we forgot a lot of things. Oh my gosh, we forgot a lot of things.
Unpacking some stuff, I'm going, why do we have this?
Where's our salt and pepper? I thought you packed it. I thought you packed it. You know, where's this? I thought you packed it. I thought, yeah, there's a lot of things that we forgot.
Yeah.
And when we get a chance, I guess we'll wander back through Calgary to pick up a few things, or just learn to live without them. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not going to learn to live without my sandals.
Oh, right. You forgot your sandals. Yeah.
And our boots and my cycling shoes, because you decided yours were done for.
Yeah.
But and those were all in a box. The sandals, his sandals too, stuck in the top of the boots in a box, all contained.
And it never made it. So
Where is it?
I don't know. So anyway, lots of good learning that's been going on, and we're excited about where the rest of this adventure is going to go. We weren't able to post this at sort of a regular time. We don't really have a regular time, but I wasn't able to get this done until after we left. So just be aware of that, because down where we are, we have no Wi-Fi and we have no cell service.
Yes.
And so in order to get cell phone, even get one or two bars on your cell phone, you have to climb one of the big, huge hills, get up on the hill, get over by the visitor center. We also discovered there is Wi-Fi at the visitor center. It's not very secure, but we weren't able to do anything as far as posting. And I'm way behind on even checking things like my my email and stuff.
Yeah, I found that though. Yeah.
So that's pretty well it. Thank you for joining us. And our next adventure will be down somewhere in the U.S. for a short period of time. So
We're just making a dip and then back.
yeah, we'll fill you in on the details. So thanks again for being here.